In this module, we are going to see what had fallen with a thud. The doctor thought a rubber tube had fallen with a thud to the ground, and surely that was not a matter to worry about. Even so, I thought I would turn around and take a look. Even then, he thought that he should check what had actually fallen. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. Now you imagine a snake on your shoulder. The snake's landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. As soon as he turned, he just found a snake wriggling, a snake moving. Twisting and turning, the snake reached the doctor's shoulder. Simultaneous means happening at the same time. I didn't jump, so this was his reaction, and we do need to give him due credit that it was quite wise on his part that he did not move, nor did he jump. He didn't jump, I didn't tremble, he did not move, I didn't cry out. There was no time to do any such foolish thing. The snake slithered along, moved along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. Now the snake wrapped itself around the doctor's arm. The hood was spread out, and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. Death was just in front of him. His turning and the landing of the snake, both the things happened at the same time. As soon as he turned, he just found a snake before his face. It was like a mistake made, and he was finished, he was gone. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. I was turned to stone. He was so petrified that he sat there. He was so scared that he sat there as a stone, as a lifeless figure. The person who was so proud of himself, who was so mesmerized by his own appearance, by his own looks, was turned to a stone. But my mind was very active because that was the only thing he could do. He had to devise the strategy to come out of that situation, problem, the quagmire. The door opened into darkness. The room was surrounded by darkness. He could just see darkness around him as it was night and his house was not electrified. In the light of the lamp, we know a lamp was placed there on the table. I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. He sat there as a statue without any movement. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. God was there. So at that moment, he realized that without God's permission, nothing could happen, nothing could take place, and it is useless to be proud of one's own achievements. The theme comes in here, very, very important. God was there. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, "Oh God." He was just talking to himself. If he said something and the snake did not like that, what would be the result? It could even take a toll on his life. So what could he do at that time? He could just ask God for help. He could just pray to God to save his life at that crucial juncture. There was some pain in my left arm. Why? Because the snake had coiled itself around his left arm above the elbow. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire, melted fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. So he felt acute pain in his arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength, devoid of any energy, devoid of any strength. What could I do? He was helpless. He could not do anything except sitting there quietly without any movement. Let's see how the doctor saves himself.